My Kindle Fire app store is not working.
Know thyself and you shall always be victorious.
What does that have to do with anything?
If you aren't logged in under your own account, your app store won't work. If you forgot your credentials too, you might have locked it and not be able to get it to work.
I know my account credentials.
Amazon's website has a troubleshooting link you can follow and reinstall the App Store that way.
I'd like something simpler before I try that.
Clear out the cache and app data. Then reboot.
I thought rebooting cleaned out the cache and app data.
It usually clears out the cache, may not clear out app data on its own, so clear it out manually by going to Settings, More, Applications, Installed Applications, App Store, Clear Data, and then reboot.
Those are the instructions for the second generation device, and mine isn't. Why not reboot and try the cache later?
Because rebooting fixes almost everything, and you might as well free up the memory space anyway. If you have the Fire HD2 or Fire HDX, you clear the cache by going to Settings, Applications, Manage All Applications, App Store, Clear Data,
and then reboot.
You could try rebooting all by itself, but especially with HD2 and Fire HDX, you have to restart, go online and then sync, where it will reload everything but you won't lose the apps themselves.
That's the default tech support for all devices these days.
If your Kindle Fire updated the operating system, you need to reboot anyway. Oh, and you may have to go to Applications, Installed Applications, to clear the cache for installed apps aside from the cache for those accessed from the cloud.
We're getting really close to reset to factory defaults and reboot to fix it.
If you've already rebooted to your heart's delight
or frustration,
try resetting the Wi-Fi connection.
I know that I can't see the App Store if I can't see the internet.
You won't be able to see much of anything if you can't access your Wi-Fi. Whether this is because the Wi-Fi connection is messed up or you forgot your Wi-Fi password, I don't know.
I've heard of a lot of things fixed by putting a smartphone in airplane mode.
This is just resetting the Wi-Fi connection and hoping it then connects.
What else could cause this?
The Kindle Fire sometimes won't be able to connect because the clock isn't set up right, so the Kindle can't sync with the clock on the server.
How do you fix that?
Change the clock setup to automatic, and it sets itself to match the server, and then it can talk to the servers without any other problems.
That would at least be the easiest thing to implement. Tell it to do it itself and work for me.
Remember that the App Store sometimes doesn't work due to temporary glitches.
At which point, you reboot to try to fix it.
This can also happen if there's a wireless issue.
Which we're back to resetting Wi-Fi or resetting the device, if not rebooting the router.
And after all that, the last step is talking to Amazon customer service.